this is Kristen Ziesmer, a sports dietitian, certified personal trainer, and owner of Elite Nutrition and Performance, here with you today to talk about meal prepping. So this is something that I feel like a lot of people really overcomplicate and can't quite figure out how they can get in healthy food throughout the week without just having to spend hours upon hours in the kitchen on the weekend, or feel like they just can't have healthy food at all at home. I get a lot of people saying that they wind up having to get fast food or get some type of carry out so that they can have food at home, or the opposite, where they buy food and they have good intentions and then they just leave it in their refrigerator to rot. So I'm going to really break it down for you today and make this as simple as possible. So we're going to talk about meal prepping. So meal prepping is really going to allow you to get in the healthy food that you need to be eating throughout the week and the weekends, and do it in an easy, quick way that's not going to be a huge time suck. So there's really two ways of doing this. So one is to meal prep on the weekend. So maybe you want to meal prep on Sunday for the entire week, and we'll go through both scenarios. The other scenario would be to cook dinner during the week, and then you make leftovers so that you have that for your leftovers for the next day or subsequent days. So let's talk about meal prepping over the weekend. So what you need to do is you need to have three things. You always, no matter which way you go. One, you need to have a carbohydrate. Two, you need to have a protein, and three, you need to have a fruit or a vegetable and some fat added in there. So I guess really four things. So if you were going to meal prep over the weekend, what I would suggest doing is cooking something like I have here, some brown rice that I've cooked in my Instant Pot. You would cook a grain, you would cook a vegetable. My vegetable that I have cooked here is roasted broccoli, and then you would cook a meat. So I have some chicken, a whole chicken that I actually also cooked in my Instant Pot. Side note, if you don't have an Instant Pot, you need to get one, because this will make your life so much easier. You can actually cook an entire frozen chicken in 1 hour. And I don't know about you, but I forget to bring things out of the freezer in time, and so being able to throw something frozen in the Instant Pot to cook it is awesome. So you need to have some things cooked ahead of time. So a couple grain options that you can have would be brown rice. It could be whole wheat pasta. You can even do whole wheat bread. You could do beans. You could do quinoa, barley, any of those options. So all you're going to do is get your container. You're just going to kind of go down the line, put in your carbohydrate. It's not coming up the spoon very easily. So I'm going to put my brown rice in my container. I'm then going to take my vegetable, which I roasted these in olive oil, so it already has some fat added to it. And then I'm going to add my meat. So I have my roasted chicken here that I have, this I actually made the other night for dinner, so this is technically a leftover. And I'm just gonna put this in my container. So then I have everything that I need in my container, and this is what I can bring for lunch or I can have for dinners. So now you can see I have a complete meal here that, to cook all these things, probably took me about 30 minutes to do. And all I'm going to do is make a lot of containers that look just like this. If you do not have containers, I highly suggest going to either Sam's Club or Costco when they sell these containers, or you can go to Big Lots and they actually sell the same containers at a discount, which is great. So you need to get a bunch of these containers, and then all you're going to do is put the lid on the container, and then you can either put these in your refrigerator or you can actually freeze them, which makes it really easy. So if you feel like you're not going to eat it in time and it might go bad, you could just throw it in the freezer and it's not going to go bad on you. So the other option is, like I said, you can cook dinner and then you can have these foods extra so that you can make meals. And I actually do this a lot. I used to meal prep on Sundays, but quite frankly, I just don't have the time to really prepare every meal for the week. I have two kids. I have two young kids. I have a 1-year-old and an almost 4-year-old, and so trying to find a solid hour is actually really difficult for me in my stage of life. So what I do is I cook really easy dinners each week. Like I said, I use my Instant Pot a lot. I throw things in the oven so I can do other activities while my food is cooking in the oven. And so then I just have a lot of food left over. So I'll cook an entire chicken. Sometimes I'll even cook 2. I'll cook a big pot of rice, or maybe I'll make spaghetti and I make a big pot of pasta, put some sauce on there, throw some meat in there, and then I throw some additional vegetables in there. Another thing that we do that is really easy is burrito bowls. So actually we'll throw in the Instant Pot brown rice, peppers, mushrooms, onions, tomatoes, and then I cook some ground beef or maybe chicken on the side, and then we put that on top of the rice. Throw some cheese. So I get these blocks of cheese, cut that up, put that on the burrito bowl, and then we just add a little bit of flavor by adding some salsa, and then we're done. And so with burrito bowls, it's really easy because it's a one-pot dish almost, minus the meat, and I just put it in these containers, and I have a lot of them that I can stock in my refrigerator. So then when we're ready to go to work, all we have to do is just pull them out and eat them. So really what you're looking for, like I said, is some type of carbohydrate. So I have the brown rice that I cooked in the Instant Pot, takes 20 minutes, super easy. I roasted some vegetables here. Another saving grace is getting bags of frozen vegetables. These I buy in big bags from Sam's Club, so they come about 4 or 5 in a big bag. And this is super easy. Throw it in the microwave for 5-6 minutes and it's done. I also will do things like salmon or any other type of fish is really quick and easy. All you have to do is put it in the oven for about 8 minutes, or you can cook it in a pan if you want to stand there next to a pan. But fish cooks very, very quickly. Another thing that I do in the mornings is I will use eggs, and I will scramble up a couple eggs, or whisk them up rather, pour them in a pie dish with some vegetables, and then I bake it for about 20-30 minutes, and then we use that for breakfast during the week. So like I said, you need a carbohydrate, you need a vegetable, you need a protein source, and a little bit of fat. And then you're just putting everything together in a container. So that's all I have here. It's super simple, super easy, and it really shouldn't take you much time. So you can either do this on the weekends, or you could do it during the week with your leftovers, which is what I'm choosing to do right now. So I hope that clears things up. Super easy, shouldn't take a whole lot of time. And just make sure that you're getting those 3 components in, and you're all set. Thanks for watching, guys. Have